Changing my name from worm to Bunny Cash. Set my thug side to the side and watch me glide without the penny loafers. I'm a soldier, full-time Casanova. Oh yeah, what you smiling at me for? I will terrorize ya. No lie, we'll keep. Hi, I'm Ron.
I'm Trisha.
And welcome to Obstructed Vision, where we have ordinary conversations with ordinary people about the things we want to know, should know, and need to know. The world is constantly changing. Come get a point of view from our personal perspectives while shining light on reality and creating a neutral zone for those of you who wish to come and voice your opinions. Yeah.
What's up with you though? How you
So
doing
what's happening with you?
Not too much. Thought I'd stop by the studio right quick if I gotta go clock in and make that dollar.
Okay. It makes sense to me. You know what I mean? It's kind of windy outside today, ain't it?
Yeah, and it's cold. Look like it might rain. I'm ready for the bright sun and warm weather. I ain't say hot though, but warm.
No doubt. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm ready for whatever though. I'm ready for this weekend.
Yeah. Party going on.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on out there right now. Early advertisement for George Wright throwing the party this weekend for those of you who's gonna come out and join the party and have some fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we also trying to come out too, you know what I mean? Might even bring out the cameras just to, you know what I mean? You know, video it so y'all can see that, you know, we are mingling with the crowd as well, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Get out there in the public eye a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt.
Y'all better be acting right.
Taking it from the studio to the streets. Taking it from the studio to the streets.
I feel you. But I do got a good topic though. I know we touched base on it a little bit yesterday, like after we had start, filming or whatever, and we was like, we're gonna have to talk about that. So the question that you brought up to me yesterday was why women spend everybody else's money that is gave to them, but don't want to spend their own. Now, can you elaborate more and give the example that you gave to me yesterday?
So I ain't gonna put up no little sugar coat, right? So I was watching a video and white dude went up to these couples and it was like how much money you got in your video? I mean in your account, right? And the little dude was like, I got like 15 or 2,000. And then they asked this girl, and this girl was like, well, I got 90,000. And he was like, what? You mean to tell me you got 90,000? Yes, my dad and my parents give me money. And he's like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me I've been spending my money every time to pay for everything? I just paid $40, $50 for a meal just now, and you didn't even try to act like you was going to help me do it. So that's what brung on the question like that, because that really happens. You know what I mean?
And it does a lot.
Yeah.
I could say from my own personal perspective, I'm the opposite of that. Like, you can take me out, but I want to be able to take you out and, give you, as some women call it, the princess treatment, the king treatment. It's not all. You have to do things for your man too. You can't expect your man to do everything.
Oh yeah.
Like, take your man out.
That's true though. But how many women do that though? How many of y'all out there really do that though?
Right. I don't think it's a whole lot now.
I don't think it's a whole lot either.
A lot of them.
I don't think none of them do. I think they so hypnotized with this media stuff that they don't really know what the functions of life really is. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because that's a function of life, to be able to give out what you want back in return. That's a great way for kids to also learn that whatever you put out, whatever you give, I don't care if it's positive or negative, you're going to get that back. So if that's a practice that you practice, boy, I know your man, boy, you got to be happy. But so what makes women hold on to their little change though? You know what I mean?
I think a lot of women are just so used to being catered to.
Oh yeah? Is that what it is?
I think that's what it is. And they're like, oh, I ain't gotta spend mine. He can spend his. I'm gonna keep mine. Like, some women think, oh, I'm gonna let him go broke before I go broke.
Oh.
Like, but why think like that?
Right.
If you even entertaining this person that you going out with or whatever, why would you even? So,
not to even cut you off, because you just said something very interesting, right? Women that are, so used to being catered to, right? They hold on to their little nickels, right? So, what if dude do go broke though? And he
I'm
can't
pretty
do that.
sure.
Do
I'm
they
pretty
leave? I'm just
sure.
saying, do the woman leave though? Because now she ain't getting catered to no more.
I'm
And
pretty sure there's situations that are
what?
like that. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. If you even entertaining the person, going on dates or whatever,
Right.
I mean, you can't expect. Now, I
Mm.
can say if you're just learning this person,
Right.
that's different. You know, that's normal, you know, for the man to take the woman out.
Right.
But at the same time, too,
Not always.
I mean, yeah, not all. I was going to say, at the same
Yeah.
time, too, not always,
Yeah.
you know. Everybody don't have the same job titles, the same incomes, the
Right.
same whatever.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, what is your real purpose?
Right.
Are you going just to get a free meal?
Huh?
Because I've heard plenty of people say, I'm just going to get the free meal, you know?
What?
Like, really? You putting yourself out there, going out in public with this person just so
Okay.
you can get a free meal? Like, I think people got their whole, you know, they whole aspects off, like, when it comes to certain things in life. They're so used to, oh, he gonna take care of me. Man gonna do this. Why can't it be, I don't even want to say 50-50, but why can't it go both ways? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, the man
right.
and the woman both take care of each other because that's how it's supposed to be.
So why doesn't it go both ways though?
I think a lot of people just want it to be like, oh, he gonna pay my bills. He gonna take care of me. If you want to be the man of the house, you're gonna have to take care of us. But it shouldn't always have to be like that.
True indeed.
As long as you doing your part in the house, that's
Right.
all that should matter.
Right. You know, I'm gonna tell you what's wild though, because we do a lot of conversations on relationships, right? Excuse me. And what I realize is, you know, it is like one sided. You know what I mean? Women are the ones that 9 times out of 10 get catered to, right? We as men are so devalued, and that's in every culture almost. But our women are the only women that really don't appreciate the man, and I've been noticing this a lot. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. Well, I got my man. Yeah, y'all put on this front out here in front of everybody, but behind closed doors, we all know that black women really don't have that respect for a black man, and I don't know why. You know what I mean? I don't know what changed the dynamics, but I say that to say this, right? The excuses, well, y'all don't appreciate us. You know what I mean? That's the argument, right? But what's failed to realize is it all started before we stopped respecting women. You know what I mean? Who gonna respect a woman that come out in booty shorts?
Nobody.
I'm just been 1,000.
You can
know,
come out, but you can come out and look good.
Yeah.
And still look classy.
Right.
You know.
So I'm not gonna respect you if your is eating them whatever you got on, because I'm down the mind frame of a man.
That's the only thing you'll think is about getting in them cheeks. Then you're gonna be a
She
jump
did
off.
too off. You know what I mean? She did too. Y'all think just like we do though. You know what I mean? Y'all
I mean,
think
but y'all ain't walking around in booty
we
shorts.
ain't though. We ain't.
I mean,
We ain't.
women
But
might
you
be
know
looking
what we
for
do?
imprints and stuff.
You know
but
what? I don't even know. You do. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all probably
women do that.
Yeah, y'all probably do.
They can't wait for jogging
Yeah,
pants season.
yeah. Y'all do that. But that's why men wear jewelry. You know what I mean? That's why men wear jewelry. That's why men go spend their little coins on flashy clothes and trying to look impressive. You know what I mean? Even if they can't really afford it. That's why we are consumers. You know what I mean? Because we do things to impress you. You know what I mean? We don't do it to impress the other man unless there's another man involved in the person that they trying to
Look, I
pursue.
need like a raise your hand button, like, hey.
I know, right? I know.
Okay, so I can't speak from everybody's perspective, but I do remember one time though
Yeah.
that I was around a group of people that I would used to hang out with when I was younger,
Right.
and they was like, you could tell a man by his shoes. They was like, if you ain't got no clean shoes on, I can't fool with you. But my thing is, if a man got some clean shoes on, he ain't been to work.
No.
So that's backwards.
right.
If a man come, you see a man and he look like he done got off the job, like he done worked hard, that's different to me. That's an eye catcher to me. Because to me, it's how you carry yourself. If you being all flashy and this and that, you spending all your money on the wrong stuff. So how much money you got in the bank? That's the question. How much money are you investing into yourself? How much money do you invest into the community? Like you don't have nothing to invest in. Nothing. The only thing you invested in is gold chains,
Oh,
$300-$400 shoes.
I hope y'all listening.
And ain't got no money.
None.
None. You can't afford to take nobody out on no date.
See what I'm talking about?
You need to be paying that cell phone bill that you can't pay. Or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, your shoes with your cell phone bill about 5 times.
See what I'm talking about? Yo, that's what's crazy though, man. Because it's true. You know what I mean? It's so true, man. And one of the objectives of some of the things that, you know what I mean, be going on out here is the fact that we don't put ourselves on pedestals. And I'm talking about us as men. You know what I mean? If I could say anything to any of you men out there that's going through a phase in your life right now, you know what I mean? No matter what it is, even if it's your job, your girlfriend, your wife, your side, whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever you're going through, you must put yourself number one in your own life. And that also go for women.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? Because if you put somebody above you, you know what I mean? Then you just automatically made yourself less than.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know how they be doing it's God, me, and the kids, and all of this extra. Well, I'm going to be 1,000 with you, right? Because God is within us, then you don't have to have that over you either. That's where they get us all twisted and messed up at. You know what I mean? That's the purpose of letting you know that, well, God is within. You know what I mean? And a lot of people miss that because, you know, they thinking of them mysterious. You know what I mean? You know, I don't even really know what people even think about who God look like or what God is. You know what I mean? Because church confuse you.
And I
Church
think,
will tell you
they
it's
painted
Jesus.
the picture.
You know what I mean? And it's, you know, and if that's the case, then everybody's vision of God is not them at all.
Yeah.
But then they tell you in the Bible it
but
is
even
you.
in the I was gonna say, even in the Bible that they do read, it says you are Him.
Yeah.
You know, you are God.
Yeah.
But I completely understand what you're saying, and
yeah.
that's like you said too. Women and men have to learn. Men have to learn. It's not all about the flashiness at all.
That's right. At
it's
all.
how you carry yourself and how you handle yourself.
Right.
Women have to learn. Just because you think he got it, that don't mean he got to give it to you.
Not at all.
I mean, come on
Not at
now.
all. Yeah.
That's,
Not at all.
That don't make no sense.
Not at all. I don't go to work just to
Do you remember the conversation we was having the one day you was like the guy that be calling out women on the internet?
Oh yeah. He died not too long ago.
Yeah, we was talking
Samuel.
But
Kevin Samuel.
But I
Something like
remember
that.
a specific
Stephen
video.
Samuel,
He was talking to a woman, and she was like, "Oh, I got like such and such kids." She had a lot of kids. She was like, "I got 6 kids, whatever. It better not no man step to me unless he this, and this." And he was like, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" She didn't say nothing. He's like, "So what do you do for a living?" She kept dancing around the question, like, "What do you do for a living?"
Yeah. That's why they didn't
How
like him.
do you support your family?
You got 6 kids.
And she was like, "Well, this dude's supposed to be whatever. He's supposed to be the man." He's like, "How do you support your family now?
Right.
Without no man?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's where women have it twisted. Women want men to come in, be a stepdaddy, you know, be a provider, plus be your man.
Yeah.
But what are you bringing to the table?
Right.
If you don't got nothing to bring to the table,
Besides
I mean,
sex.
yeah, like what is that?
That's
And
all
that
it would
probably
be.
ain't even good.
I'm just saying, wouldn't that just be? So is a man wrong? And this is my question to you because you're a woman, and I know you done had endeavors, right? So is a man wrong if all you bring to the table is I make sure that the sex is when you want it, right? But you don't. Nothing else though. This man can, and I'm not gonna say that's you.
So
because
does she have a personality? Like, what's her like?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's what I'm asking you. What would be a benefit behind a woman that can only offer you that? You know what I mean? What's the other benefit though? You know,
To me, it depends on the woman's personality. If the woman got some kind of potential,
right?
if you think she has a potential to go somewhere,
All
or
right.
she's like in my job, we use it as easily trainable.
Okay.
But if you have potential to be coached into being somebody better, or you know, going somewhere further with the right person on your team,
Okay.
that's different. But now, if you got a woman who ain't got, you can't teach her nothing. She just do what she want to do. Ain't no whatever. That's different. If she can't do nothing but make you feel good while you doing whatever, how long that lasts? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
30 minutes to however long it's supposed to be. That's the only time she can make you feel good. But you can't coach her to make you like build a team together. Then
Yo, that's deep, man.
Like, it ain't nothing you can do about that.
I hope y'all listening to that because that's true though. It really is, though, and I'm glad that you know what I mean, you put it in that type of format, you know what I mean, because uh, the coachable, you know what I mean, and I think that's what we as men, older men, right? Because I know it's stereotypical out there when they be seeing older men with younger women, right? You know what I mean, you know. But it's okay when they see a woman have a younger man. You know what I mean? To some people, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. But whenever a man get a younger woman, it's because of that. What you just said. They more coachable. You know what I mean? They more tuned to want to listen and hear what you got to say or what they can do to step they a game up for them. You know what I mean? That's what you call a asset. You know what I mean?
That's a very big asset. That's in
Yeah.
all aspects, relationships, especially business.
Right.
In business, you have to be coachable.
Yeah.
If you are not coachable, you're not gonna go nowhere.
No,
You gonna be
no.
the next one on the chopping block.
Yes, you're exactly right.
I mean, and I know with my job specifically, that's one thing that we look for. Are they coachable?
Right.
That's the
Right.
key thing. They have to
Right.
be coachable.
Right.
You know, you can
Right.
make mistakes and you can do this and you can do that.
And-
But do you learn from your mistakes and are you coachable?
Right, right.
Yeah.
Because that you all you do is try to put me down. You know what I mean? Or on a job, they stay on me all the time. Every time I do something, and it ain't how they want it to be. They stay because we want you to perfect this. You know what I mean? This way, we don't have to have these. We don't have to say it again. We know now that when you come across this problem, you're gonna know exactly how to maneuver around it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're exactly right, and that's for those out there that's listening. This ain't no shade towards nobody. This is the truth. All we trying to do is put out information that we all can use.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
For
Just
real.
because-
Even with myself, because I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I'm by far perfect, but I'm if,
I don't think nobody
as
perfect.
long as I keep trying to work on that jump shot,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get there. Ain't that? You know what? That's what I learned from Kobe. Not to cut you off. You know what I mean? Kobe learned from Jordan. We all know. I only watched Jordan play ball, never watched Jordan practice, right? They got so many documentaries out here about Kobe. How Kobe wouldn't stop. You know what I mean? When everybody else is done, he's still, you know what I mean? And it's the
still
drive, right? So anything that we want to do in life, if you serious about it, you'll put in extra work to do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I done found myself doing that in relationships. You know what I mean? I go over and beyond for them. I put in extras, even if sometimes I don't get nothing out of it. You know what I mean? But for me, it helped me perfect the game of knowing how to be in a relationship. It taught me how to learn women. It taught me how to talk to women. It taught me how to breathe in my nose and out my mouth. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, but women are something, man. And I'm glad that I'm saying, you know, one thing I like about you, though, because you're truthful. You know what I mean?
But that's like
You're
I can say, you know, I'm not perfect. You know, I don't think nobody's perfect. We all have our flaws.
Right.
We all have our issues or whatever.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it is what it is, you know, when it comes to certain aspects.
For
It's
sure.
like I say, we all have triggers as women.
Oh, yeah.
You know, learning and man, everybody has a trigger and everybody has like you said, when you try to approach them and say something to them or, hey, bring something up, some women are easily triggered.
Right. That's
The
true.
main thing is learning your triggers, learning how to communicate effectively. Because if you having a conversation and at the end of the conversation you don't get nowhere, the whole conversation was pointless.
Right.
So
That's
why'd you
true.
even have a conversation?
That's true.
And if you having an argument, so to say, let's say you having an argument about something, okay? If you having an argument about something and you can't get past anything that occurred, or
Right.
you can't, you know, get to a conclusion at the end so you can move forward and move past it, then what was the argument for?
Wow.
You ain't doing it because of more trauma, more turmoil. Like, come on
I'm
now.
gonna tell you something else too about that too, right? Two people that love each other. You know what I mean? Why is it that it's so hard for two people that love each other to be able to come down, sit down, and have a decent rapport?
I think a lot of times when it does come to when it's two people that have been in a relationship for a long time, it's either somebody don't want to communicate or somebody wants to communicate, but the other person is kind of like, don't really want to say too much, or somebody got I'm gonna just say a high head, like somebody just off the rip.
Oh yeah.
Don't even hear nothing. You just hear what you want to hear. You want to say what you want to say.
How often do you do that?
I don't do that often.
You don't
I don't
do
like arguing.
You don't?
I don't.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I'm the type of person I don't like
You
arguing.
very odd though. You know what I mean? For real, because so far though, you know what I mean. Through all of these little segments though, it's I don't really, and I'm not really that. You know what I mean? And you don't really meet a lot of people that's you know what I mean like that. You know what I mean? So that's the difference.
Yeah.
You know, that's the difference.
But there is, like I said too, by all means, my relationships, they ain't perfect either.
Right.
But that's why I be like, it is what it is.
Right.
There's ways, there's scientific facts, there's ways, there's things that we know that trigger people. There's ways to go about things.
Right.
And in order for everything to work in harmony, everybody's got to be in balance and on the same page, or it's
Right.
not going to work.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
For sure.
and I think that's the issue with a lot of people relationships. Everybody's not on the same page.
Right.
So.
Right. So what's the ticket? How do two people that's been together for a while, right? You know, 5 years, 6 years. How do they? What is the steps to learning how to get on the same page? Because especially if neither one of them really want to break up or leave each other alone, you know what I mean? How do they start working on themselves together though?
You're going to like this one.
Uh-huh.
All you got to do is communicate.
Yeah, but I'm just saying sometimes it's hard.
But both people have to be willing to communicate.
Right.
That's it. If you got two people that's in a situation, and you got one over here that wants to communicate, then you got the other one that don't want to say nothing, you
Right.
know, then it's not gonna work.
Right.
If this person wants to talk, but you don't want to talk, that door's not open. There's no conversation. There's nothing happening.
Right.
You're just sitting here in the same situation.
Right.
But if you got two people who are willing to communicate and do the work that it takes to make it work,
Right.
that's different. But you still have to communicate what you want to work on, what you're trying to do, and where you're trying to go.
Right.
So communicate. Both people have to be open and honest. Don't be trying to be from the get-go, have an attitude, or if something happened in the past, leave it in the past. Don't bring it up in this conversation. If you
Right.
have a question about what's going on now,
All right.
ask your question about now, but don't refer back to whatever happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 2 years ago, or whatever. Situations change. There's been time in between that. Y'all already handled that whenever, whatever.
Yeah.
So worry about what's going on right now.
For sure.
What
That's
you
deep.
said.
No, I'm just laughing because you know what I mean. It's a lot of that go on out here, man.
Yeah.
So to repair, like we always say in some of these podcasts, though, repairing the relationship between significant others, it starts with communication. For real.
I do.
You know, I'm unhappy. That should be easy to
Because
say.
how was the other person not gonna know, like you said, if they unhappy if you don't say
Right,
it.
right.
But there's a proper way to say it.
It
too.
is though. It is.
Yeah.
It is. Sometimes though, you know what I mean, like I said, men we think about it first. You know what I mean? And we already know that everything about us when it comes to serious triggers a woman. It triggers, you know what I mean? So if I walk up and feel like, listen, whenever you have time, you think we could sit down and have a little, chat, and the response might be, sure, you know what I mean? Just, I'm ready now, you know what I mean? But not ready for what the conversation is going to be changes the whole mood up. That's what I was meaning, like,
So I get what you're saying too. So if a man knows he wants to have a deep conversation,
Right.
and you've been in a relationship with this woman for a minute, take her out to dinner, have a good time, and ease into that conversation.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
that's deep.
Make her feel, loved at the same time as you wanting to bring something to her
Okay.
attention, so she don't feel like you just
stomping on
slapped
them.
her in the face with
Okay,
it, or oh,
okay.
you just bringing him, nah. Take on a nice date,
doubt.
cook her a meal or something. You know what I'm saying? Like give her some kind of gesture
Yeah.
that shows you, hey, I care about you. I want you to know, this is us. This is what I want.
Okay.
But ease into that conversation.
Okay.
Don't just come out and be like, hey, I seen whatever. Nah.
no doubt.
Be like, I just wanted to, make sure we had a good time, but I do want to discuss a little bit of stuff with you, And you always got to let them know how much you appreciate them. Just don't go into, you ain't been doing this. You ain't been doing... Because we're emotional, we're emotional.
Yeah, man, y'all are, man. But that's the problem, man. Yeah, but you're right, though.
But we're emotional. You got to kind of ease into it.
I done missed all that. You know what I mean? I ain't even going to say it tell no lies.
How you went into it? How you started?
Hey, listen, check this out, right? That's what I'm saying.
That's what you said. Oh, listen, check this out, right?
I'm trying to tell you, man, for real. Yeah, but you're right. Now, if I would have had that kind of conversation, or even videos all the time or something, and seen, I'm gonna take my girl out tonight though, because there's something serious I need to talk to her about. But I want to let her know that I love her. That was good.
But that's on any aspect. Even if it's like you want to be like, oh, I got something changing up. Like if you got a change in your career or anything, do it like that.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense though. I'm not disagreeing. I slap him in the face. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, man.
Like, where this come from?
Because you know. Yeah. I just learned something today. That's why I was like a little ding. You know what I mean? Damn, I should have did that a long time ago. But yeah, okay, that's what's up though.
I know. I appreciate you, right?
Yeah, no doubt, right?
We've been kicking it for a minute, and I ain't trying to go nowhere, and I want you to know that I ain't trying to go nowhere, but I think it's a few things we need to work on
especially
together.
in these areas.
Together. We need to work on these together so we can be a better us,
So what about, what's up with the refusal, though? You know what I mean?
Why some women refuse?
Yeah.
To change anything or...
Yeah, nothing is ever wrong.
I think
I'm a bad person. You know what I mean? And I ain't talking about bad as in verbally abusive or nothing like that, but bad as in not using common sense. Because that's what common sense. What you just said would be, that should have been first on my radar. You know what I mean? Because I'm an elite thinker. So, but
that's the emotional side coming from a woman. Men are logical. Y'all don't think about what leads up to that conversation.
Exactly.
How the woman feels whenever you bringing up that conversation.
You're absolutely right.
So if you can make a woman feel like, okay, he telling me like we're good. Don't make her feel insecure.
No doubt. And I done that a lot.
If you're making her feel secure in that conversation and that you're building something together as a team, that's different.
Right.
But I think a lot of women, like you said, either the conversation wasn't started properly or they instantly just throw up a wall. Like they don't want to have nothing to do with it. It's a trigger for them just to have a conversation, or be open and honest or something like that. But a lot of women just want to be who they are. Yeah. They be like, I done heard plenty of people, and I think a lot of things, like you said, we have so many outside influences that influence everything. Music that we hear, Tell me something, I don't need no man, I don't need no friends. Yeah, your friends.
Okay, I am gonna throw something out there though, and this is for all of you women. I don't care if you're married, thinking about a boy, man, boyfriend, anybody. You cannot get advice from people that doesn't have what it is that you're looking for. So if I'm a dude, right, I'm not gonna go to my man that got different girls and be like, man, I'm trying to, talk to my wife about, what you need to do is tell her that she need to shut up and get on the edge of the bed or something. Something stupid. You know what I mean? Why do people do that? Why do people go to people that doesn't have functionable relationships to get advice?
Now this is where I can agree with the what you said, the person, his reaction. Right. But it varies. I think you have some people who are very highly intelligent people who are in relationships that sometimes hold on to relationships, even though they're not doing what they know should be done. Okay. Just because it's not open on both sides. The man and the woman both ain't doing the same thing. So it depends on the situation. But my thing is, like you said, sometimes, you can go to your friends or your family for certain advice, but there is a limit. You can't give exact details. You can't put the other person down because you're only giving a one-sided story.
What happens?
Because if you give a one-sided story, they automatically gonna try to shut out whoever you talking about. Like, oh, well, he don't whatever. Oh, you you this, you
it's
that.
all his fault.
Yeah. Now, if they only know what you tell them, that's the issue. Like you only leaving out what you doing because you want to make yourself look like the good person. Like, oh, I'm right. You
That's
know,
normal. That's normal.
and that's normally what happens. The woman to say what she want to say.
Right.
You know, she won't say everything that was said or done or what she did or what she ain't did or
Men do that too, but you're right.
I mean,
exactly.
yeah, but sometimes you can get the greatest advice for some people. You know, they might not be in a relationship, and that might be why they're not in a relationship. They might not
they
even
already
have found what
recognize-
they ain't never found exactly
So
what
I'm
they
not
thought they
settling,
deserved.
is the attitude.
Like some people be like, they not settling.
I'm not
for,
settling. If you ain't gonna bring everything that I'm expecting from a relationship. You know what I've done one time, right? I went and wrote out my expectations in a relationship. You know what I mean? And I find that to be very helpful for me. You know what I mean? For real, because my expectations is what I'm gonna also give in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And y'all, that's wild that you say that though. For real.
But that's a good thing to do because I know some people, they have high expectations,
Yeah.
and some people's expectations aren't able to be met. But
Right.
you have to have a compromise too. Like if you have, like, let's say you got a list. Let's say you got a list of like 10 things specifically. Let's say so your list has 10 things on it, but you find somebody that you really into, and they have, let's say, I'm gonna say 75% of what's on that list.
Okay, well that's reasonable.
But that person is, like we said, the coachable. So that's a difference.
That's the 100%.
Yeah,
Then.
but you got some people who, if you don't check off every box on their list,
yeah.
But
That'd be normally women though.
yeah, and I think that's a lot. That's what a lot of women do.
Yeah.
A lot of women look for the wrong things,
And that's why a lot of women are by themselves. You know, for real. Think about it, because some women.
So a lot of them are unhappy. A lot of them they want the man. They get the man, but they don't want to put in the work after the fact.
I got
They
'em.
don't want to adjust to do anything to make both parties happy.
I got 'em.
To make the home life happy.
I got 'em.
Like you said, it's like once you get them, you get them. That's like that one conversation we had that I like to call the chase for game. When you see somebody, you see them like, this ain't me because I don't care about material stuff. But some women see a man rolling down the road in a nice car, all flashy, clean, whatever, like you said. Got all the chains and stuff. I got to have him. I got to have him. It's your brain normally like, I gotta have him. So once you get this person where you want them, then it's like you already got him. So then what?
And then sometimes they only pan out to be what you thought it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, some women, they'll belittle themselves by going with somebody they know ain't worth a damn. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just to have somebody, and sometimes it's to get back at somebody. You know what I mean? But what women don't understand is, right, say you in a relationship with somebody, right, and y'all break up, and then, you know what I mean, you date their friend or something like that, right? Men sit back and we actually look at it as if I'll never do that again. You know what I mean? Things that we thought was qualities in this woman, we know not to do that again in the next woman. You know what I mean? So when they say, why is you so judgmental? It comes from the past. We do the same thing y'all do. You know what I mean? If I see a presence of what I just got away from in my next, I know to make smoke come down the bottom of my shoes. I'm gone. You know what I mean?
But is the next one coachable?
Well, I mean,
I know that's a trigger. That's a trigger that you learned from the past.
It is, man.
But you gotta that's the thing. Is the next one coachable? You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Yeah, you right.
Like, is the next one coachable?
You know what though? That's the topic of the day, being coachable. And that's men too though.
Yeah,
because there's some women there's a lot
parts.
of women out here that's already elevated, right? And if you coachable with a woman that can coach you into elevating your life,
Yeah.
man, that's an A+ for you dudes out there, man.
But that's what I was getting ready to say too, because it's not all about the, like women want, oh, I want a man for this, I want a man for that. But like I said too, you still have to be able to bring something to the table for the man, and then you both have to come together and balance and bring something together for each other, so you can elevate and be the best that you can be. Because if everybody's not balanced out, everybody can't talk to each other, and you can't be open and honest, then you're just gonna be stuck in the same situation. Until everybody can be on the same page and talk to each other, and y'all set a goal in mind. Like, couples should have goals. Like, where do we want to see ourselves in so many years?
For sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
That's how it's supposed to be. It just can't be.
For
Oh, we just together. Oh, we've been together for such and such. What's y'all's goal? Like, do y'all got a long-term goal? Do y'all got a goal to go on a vacation? Or
and it ain't just marriage. My goal is to be married. Well, I mean, once you get married, what's
after marriage?
Well,
you have to have a goal after marriage.
Yeah, marriage is not everything either. I think we've been westernized so much into believing that marriage is the go-to, right? And to be real, I don't really think it's that it's contract. You in a contract with the government. That's why you got to sign your paperwork and do all of this extra stuff. You know what I mean? If we had our own tradition, we wouldn't have to worry about doing it westernized style. You know what I mean? Where maybe jumping the broom, spinning around in a circle 3 times, and then saying some kind of ancient words. You know what I mean?
But we don't have any real culture.
That's our problem.
Even that's like you said, it's being westernized where you got to sign a paper. If you go to any other country or whatever, they sign papers, but it's papers like through their church. It's not a government contract saying, oh, you such and such want to be with such and such. So why can't people in these days and times not get married? Like, when I say get married, have a ceremony, have a contract legally drawn up that you both can agree on. That's not a marriage license from the state.
Right.
Stating this and this.
Because I shouldn't have to pay the government to be married to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to pay the government to do anything now.
See what I'm talking about?
Like, that's stupid.
It's westernized.
But it's a money for them.
It's money.
It's money for them.
But see, until relationships start looking at it like this is also a business deal.
Yeah, but,
you know what I mean?
But yeah, a lot of people don't look at it like that. Being in a relationship is a business.
It is.
It's an investment.
It is.
You got to invest all your time, your effort, your money, everything,
man.
your
Man.
emotions,
Come on
your
now.
blood, sweat, and tears, everything.
Yeah. I know some people done been on their job for 40 years, right? But done jumped from men to men to men to men. You know what I mean? How can you maintain on this job that you swear you don't like? You're sick of the people that you're around, but they give you a check, but your check only lasts to pay your bills. And then you got to wait to get another check to pay off the rest of your other bills, but then you sometimes struggle with gas, sometimes you struggle with food, sometimes you struggle with just fundamental things, you know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
So what about the partner though?
Yeah.
Why is it that the partner don't get that type of respect that people give to their jobs?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, I get a check from them. Well, you get more from your partner, though. Your partner going to make sure you good. Your partner going to make sure when you let them scratch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your partner going to make sure that, you know what I mean, we eating.
Just be like, when that job not there, who going to be there?
Who going to be there?
Your partner.
Your partner.
And I will admit too, I remember there was a time frame, but the only thing I really wanted was like, if I'm in a relationship, that was my end goal was to be married. And I think like after I really thought about it, like I was just like, man, like, cause to me it was like, oh, I'm not good enough for you to marry. I'm not good enough for you to marry. I shouldn't have to come to you and be like, hey, we gonna do this or not, whatever.
Right.
And that reminds me, these women are proposing to these men. Why? Like, I know it's different.
Why not?
But to me, it's just like, okay, if y'all both on the same accord, I know what you're going to say,
right.
But if we both on the same accord, to me, still, that's the dominance part of the man being the man. You know what I'm saying? You
know what? When I ran into you, you was the dominant one. You know what I mean? And probably still is. So, for you to say what you just said, what is wrong for a woman to really propose to a man? Because I would think that'd be super romantic.
I mean,
to come to me and be like, would you marry me, Ron?
It's just the
That probably make me
aspect.
melt. Well, you really want to marry me like that for real? It'd be hard for me to say no. You know what I
To
mean?
me, yeah, but to me, it's just like it's the whole aspect of normally the woman follows the man type thing. When it is an ideal, woman submitting to the man.
Uh huh.
But I think it's so we don't. A lot of times people don't have them relationships like that. But I mean, I can see why women do it. Like, sure, I'm sure a woman head over heels for a guy. And she gonna ask him. But I won't be like, "Will you marry me?" I'm like, "Boy, when you gonna stop playing? When we gonna get married?" Something like that. I'm
Right,
not like,
right,
"Hey, just
right.
get down on." I ain't getting down on my knee
Well,
for
I'm
no
gonna
marriage
I'm
proposal.
gonna tell you about a man. Even if we tell you that, you know what I mean, would you marry me? We'll prolong that as long as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you just said what you just said too. On hey, when we gonna do this? Okay, it's just a little longer.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
But today been
Absolutely.
a great topic, man.
Yeah.
We had a little fun today, and I hope that we got a lot of points across for those of you out there in Wonderland to know that relationships are very important, especially in our communities, and we need it, right? Coachable. I just want everybody to put that on your refrigerator, your mirrors in the bedroom, your mirror in the bathroom. Being coachable, just like on the job as we were just discussing, is one of the main things that we need to do and be able to do and understand that ain't nobody doing it out of being nasty, madness, or harsh or anything. Sometimes the other person might do know a little something, a little bit more that can actually help out in the relationship. Let's stop looking at each other like we evil, we bad, and start loving each other more.
Stop competing with each
Stop
other.
competing. You know what I mean? Let's be coachable.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a team.
Let's be coachable. And until next time, hurrah.